What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of not sure what Mario Brothers. That's right, Mario Brothers, and the return of Lego streams. That's right, our boy Phil figured, you know what? I'm wage quitting so many games. I got no games to play. I might as well bring back something from the past that failed and see if it'll work this time. And I think he did hit the goal barely. I know pretty late in the game he hit the goal, but he did hit the goal. And he did manage to actually finish his Lego. That's right. But we'll talk about it when we get there. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 9th of October, 2025. An interesting streaming day. Let's get right to it, because I stayed late tonight to do this guy, which we'll talk about in a moment. Pretty darn cool, actually. Okay, so today we started with a fun podcast, which covered interesting topics such as the status of current playthroughs, like Silksong, or what's going on with Sonic Racing Crossworlds, the premiere of Battlefield 6 that starts tomorrow, and more. But then we had two big news stories today. We covered a Assassin's Creed game that was in development that was canceled by Ubisoft because of politics. I'm not kidding. In addition, we also talked about a Korean streamer who unfortunately was murdered by one of her obsessive fans. So, if you want to hear about those stories or more, check out the podcast from this morning. I feel like it was a really good one. All right? Then, we jump.
All right. Well, I'm going to save you some time so you don't have to go watch that podcast. If you want to actually see the actual videos, I have it posted on my channel. I think I clipped it, two things. So I'll talk about it here. So the first story, of course, is Phil referencing Ubisoft canceling an Assassin's Creed idea where it placed the setting was right after the Civil War, and it was supposed to be a black assassin who went up against the KKK, right? So, I mean, normally something like that, I would be interested in a game like that. I think that would be interesting, whatever. But for the most part, I really play games just for fun, story. I don't really get into the whole politics of things, right? For the most part, unless it's egregious. But if it's an interesting game, I'll play it, right? So Phil, of course, went on and started bitching and complaining about Ubisoft, how they're woke and all this other nonsense, and how they made a mistake and they didn't want to go forward with this game because they were scared about the backlash, especially after making the Assassin's Creed with the Japanese, the black Japanese samurai, and all the blowback they got about that, right? That's all fine and dandy. I really don't care. I mean, I really don't play Assassin's Creed anyway. I think the last one I played was the pirate one or whatever. That I'm not really into those games, right? But anyway, Phil decided he wanted to, complain that Ubisoft was stupid, that they fell to politics and they didn't go forward with the idea because they were worried of the backlash, right? And I'm sitting here saying to myself, are you really saying this? The man who wouldn't play Ghost of Yote because of politics. Because you were worried that your dents were going to come in and start harassing you and complaining and not support the game. Really, Phil? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that Ubisoft is stupid for not going forward with an idea because of politics, but it's perfectly for you to not play a video game because of politics? Right, Phil? You see how that works, Phil? Again, if you're going to give your thoughts on these specific issues, Phil, they should be coherent and they should be consistent. And they're neither here, bro. It's like the other day, man, when he went off about Wings of Redemption and being obese and being fat and not taking care of himself and how he should work out for his wife and he should look nice for his wife. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I know you're not saying this. The man who spent years, when people would criticize him about the way he looked, the way he dressed, and he sat there and would say, why do I need to worry about how I look or dress? I'm already married. Right? So you see the hypocrisy there and just the idiocy. That's why no one takes Phil seriously. No one takes him seriously because when he has an opinion, I mean, you can find 20 instances where he contradicts that very opinion. So If you want to watch it, go ahead. I think I clipped it twice. I clipped 2 videos, one regarding that story, and then of course the other one was OIC, or reference OIC, the story, the Ballad of OIC. So Phil did spend time on his podcast talking about the death of this Korean streamer. I don't know if they're a Twitch streamer. Well, I'm not too sure. I didn't really look into the details, but of course, like anything else, Phil made the story about himself. And then he went on to tell us a story about he had this one supporter, right? And he was very careful to keep it very gender neutral, but he slipped up, of course, like always. And, he started referencing the person as him, so it must be a guy. And of course, that instantly reminded you of this must have been OIC. And the other interesting point was that right after the podcast finished, someone asked him a question, and he just went into a whole spiel about OIC. So that tells me everything I need to know. It was OIC who reached out to him and wanted to date him, and it's true what everyone says. He's still out there supporting him, OIC and his 200 various sock accounts. Yes, we know, Phil. But it was very interesting. If you want to watch that video, I mean, it's really funny. I thought it was very funny. But he told himself, and yes, it seems like OIC has been harassing him for many years. And of course, he leads him on. He probably led OIC on for years because he figured, you know what, I'm not going to say anything. I'll let him keep thinking a thought that, he has a chance with me. And he never said anything. And that's why OIC has been around for so many years and has been his loyal pay pig. So if you haven't watched any videos, definitely watch that one. It's funny. It's great because, Phil tries so hard to keep the story very gender neutral. But of course, with everything else, he exposes himself. And he's clearly talking about OIC. There's no one else in the Snortex that it can be other than OIC. So it's very funny. All right, he's going to talk about his gameplay. Oh, God. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
Jumped into Super Mario Galaxy 2, only my second stream. And I was very excited to play. How did it go? Pretty good. Today we saw tons of new upgrades, including the ability to turn into like a boulder and roll, the ability to turn into a bee and fly, amongst other things. Multiple boss fights, cool things. We went back and redid some of the earlier stages to get some of the hidden medals and stars. It went really well. I had a great time. It really was a fun time. Genuinely enjoyed the stream. The only bummer, as you can see once again, it was hot. We were supposed to have only weather in the 50s degrees Fahrenheit today with no sun. Instead, it went up into the 60s and we had full sun for a while, and my room heated up to around 85 degrees again. So I'm happy that I wore this t-shirt because I told everyone this morning, I don't trust the weather. I was right. The weather people once again were wrong. I was okay because I wore this. If I had worn multiple layers, I would have been sweating like crazy in here. All right. Now tomorrow, supposedly, we're supposed to have rain and cool all day. If that's the case, maybe I can wear normal stuff, but again, can I really trust it? I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, Mario, I did good progress, and we did have support near the end of the stream. We hit the goal. So we're now at 1 out of 10 on our way to trying the steak nuggets at Arby's for the next DSP tries it. Tonight.
All right. So, let's see here. So the focus here, of course, that I wanted is the t-shirts. That's right. The t-shirts. Sadly, the death of the Hawaiian shirts has occurred. I think Phil officially wage quit Hawaiian shirts, and you know why. He wage quitted exactly after Kino Casino made fun of him and mocked him with the Dented Zone movie. You notice he hasn't worn a Hawaiian shirt ever since that movie came out, which I found just hilarious. And it just goes to show that Phil, lives his life by everything his detractor says. He started working out because of LTG. He started wearing those crappy Hawaiian shirts because of LTG. He worried about his appearance because of LTG. Just so on and so on. I mean, the whole background, him changing up his background during the Kino arc was because of Kino Casino. He just has no thought himself, no personality, no nothing. It seems like he mirrors other people, and he's. I know a lot of people call him a skinwalker because he tries to skinwalk in other people's bodies, and yeah, that holds true here. You know what I mean? It holds true. He always has to replicate it, and he even does it with his speech. I mean, how many times did he say "felt it" and "seethe" and all that during the Kino arc? He's even doing it now. Actually, if you notice, he's taking a lot of the verbiage from the detractors and using that in his content. You know, like seething and coping. He's using that nonstop. That's something that detractors use all the time. And it's pretty funny. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're going to see any Hawaiian shirts for quite a while. And if we do see a Hawaiian shirt, it might be something new that might be a little bit bigger, that just does a better job hiding his luscious breasts. Because of, and again, it's just funny, man. It's funny because you can make this guy twist in a pretzel just by anything, just by any little thing. I think Kino Casino had mentioned one time that after they found out that his mom brushed his hair till he was 17, they created a brush emote and told Kino Casino people to go over there and start spamming the brush emoji, and he got all bent out of shape, and I believe he banned that emoji or something like that. It's so easy to trigger him. So I don't know if we're gonna see Hawaiian shirts anymore, but what we might start seeing is that if it gets cooler, he'll go to like sweaters or long sleeve sweaters and stuff like that. And then he'll say, well, I'm not going to wear, the Hawaiian shirts because it's too cold. It's the fall and the winter. So the fall and the winter means I need to start wearing sweaters. So he'll go that route. He'll start wearing sweaters or long sleeve shirts. That way he can say, well, I'm not wearing t-shirts. I'm wearing sweaters. That's different, right? Until, detractors make fun of him, make fun of his shitty sweaters, and he goes back to either t-shirts or Hawaiian shirts. At this point, he's not going to be able to wear anything on stream. It's getting that bad. All right, let's keep going.
We did something special. Instead of doing gameplay, we did a Lego build of the brand spanking new Lego Game Boy. It took a while. It took about 2.5 hours. But we got it done all in one sitting. And here's the final product, folks. It looks like a Game Boy. It feels like a Game Boy. It has buttons that actually feel like mushy buttons of the Game Boy. It's got a D-pad that actually moves around. It's got these buttons that feel rubberized. It's got dials on the sides to adjust your contrast and volume. It's actually got a power switch that clicks on and off. It's got virtual screens that you can put inside. It's even got this. Cartridges that you could take out and put back in. Just like the real darned Game Boy. It's pretty darn awesome. It's probably, out of all the Legos I did this year, my favorite one. It looks just like the real thing. It feels just as I remember. Pretty darn awesome. Everyone, it was a great stream. It really was. We had good attendance. We had around 300 people total watching between Kick and YouTube. Lots of interaction, lots of discussion. I filmed the entire thing in one video. So, warning, if you want to see me build this, there's going to be a very lengthy video uploaded tonight. Chilling with Phil, building the Lego Game Boy. I certainly hope that you will give it a look. It's a good video, but I don't know how many people are going to be interested in seeing me build it. But guess what? We hit the support goal. So that means we're at 2 out of 10. And I asked everyone, did you like tonight? They're like, yes. And I said, well, here's the thing. I think this will work if we only do it occasionally. If every once in a while, for variety, I buy a Lego set and I say, hey, let's do it. Let's do a Lego night randomly. And so we do it, right? In this case, this was a very small set, 471 pieces. We got it done in one sitting. But if we do a bigger one, like for example, if I get the Mario Kart Lego, or if I get the big Super Mario World Lego with Mario riding Yoshi and a crank that makes it move like the game, those are bigger builds. Maybe what we do is like once a month do a Lego stream. Let's start this build. Let's see how far we get. Then maybe the next month we do another random night. And then over the course of 2-3 months, we can finish it and then have it as part of my backdrop. Because that's the thing. I want to have this guy as part of my background next month. I think that looks pretty sharp for a background piece, don't you? So, thank you to everyone. Great streaming day, all Nintendo themed and successful. Always a good one. I'm stoked. But what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is my final streaming day of the week, and we're not doing a podcast, folks.
All right, no one cares. Good God. All right, so again, I talked about in an earlier segment where Phil is a skinwalker and mirrors other people, and he lives his life based on any criticism or rebuke that he gets from anyone else. And the reason why he did the Lego wasn't because he wanted to do different content. No. You know why he did the Lego? He wanted something new for his background, because one of the things that Kino Casino highlighted in the Dented Zone movie and their criticism of Phil the last several days was his crappy background, especially with Kino going on. They kind of go all out and they redesign their backgrounds, and they it's a very festive Halloween thing, and you can tell that they put a lot of time, effort, and money into their backgrounds. Like, they actually go out, unlike Phil, where he just simply goes into his dirty ass closet, pulls out some dollar store decorations, and put that out there. Like, everything he has back there is old. That death face mask or whatever, that was from Project 7. That's like 12, 13 years old. The YouTube play button, how's that Halloween? That I think Fallout, that Metal Gear Solid probe looking thing in the back, God knows how old that is. And then the ghost, the Pac-Man ghost, he bought that, what, a year and a half ago. How is anything there new or like interesting? It's just the same crap every year. He puts little effort, he puts no money into it. And Kino Casino criticized him when they got back on Friday. And what did he do on his day off? He went and he bought this Lego, Nintendo Game Boy Lego thing, so that he can display it in his background and act like, oh look, I'm just as good as Kino Casino. I invest in my background. Look, I bought this background for $60, and he got it from Kohl's. And you guys know, I've told you that, you know, Kat is a Kohl's shopaholic, so I'm pretty sure that Phil stole her Kohl's cash and probably didn't pay anything for this Game Boy Lego. So yeah, it's just more coping from Phil. The Lego thing, as soon as he doesn't hit a goal, he'll wage quit it again. It's just a cycle over and over again. Because of course, the other thing that I was looking for during the Lego stream yesterday was he going to play background music? Like, that was the one thing that so many people criticized him and said, dude, just have some free YouTube music that all you do. Like right now, this song I'm playing right here, do you hear it? You hear that background? That's free. I got that from YouTube. And every time I play, YouTube doesn't demonetize me. They don't share my revenue, nothing. It's free music I can use that YouTube supplies. And this is something that Phil could have played during his Lego streams, and it wouldn't really help, especially when there's that dead air. Because, I mean, my God, the video he did was like 3.5 hours long, or 4 hours, and half of it is dead air. Because he's just not interesting, or doesn't have really anything to say, or can keep, you know, the attention of his viewers. So background music like this is really nice. It's critical, especially if people are just watching or listening in the background. When Phil's not talking and he's building, they can hear this nice kind of soothed music. But of course, Phil doesn't understand that because he doesn't understand copyright. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Today's his last day. He's going to do Battlefield for 2 streams. My guess is he'll get support on the first stream, and then of course the second stream support will die, and then he'll complain and threaten to wage quit yet again. And again, the cycle continues. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out, everyone.